Good morning, Odell Dragons, and welcome to your WROP News. Today is Monday, February 4th, 2019. It is Day 5 of Week B, which is Fit Lab and Makerspace Week. So if those classes are on your schedule, that's where you're headed today. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Kids Heart Challenge, formerly known as Jump Rope for Heart, starts today. It runs from today through next Friday, February 15th. This fundraiser is to raise money for the American Heart Association and is run at our school by our very own Coach Kirk. Be a heart hero and help raise money for the American Heart Association. On our Odell website, there is a link of how you can donate online. Thanks for participating. Your weather today is a high of 69 degrees with mostly sunny skies. There might be a few clouds headed our way this afternoon. The wind is almost non-existent. That means the wind may not even be there today. Tonight, our low is going to get down to 46 degrees. Your lunch menu today is chicken filet sandwich, green beans, potato wedges, and fruit. Have a great lunch.
Good morning! So for this Motivation to Read Monday, Mrs. Perry told me that I could talk about one of my favorite weird holidays, and that is Groundhog Day. I've talked to a lot of you guys about Groundhog Day, but if your teacher doesn't want you guys to hear the results of Saturday yet, spoiler alert, that's all I'm going to talk about for the next few minutes, so you should probably skip ahead. It won't hurt my feelings at all. I just wanted to give you a heads up. But for all of y'all who are still listening, Groundhog Day is one of my favorite holidays because it is just so utterly ridiculous. The fact that we use these tiny little marmots, these rodents, to make these great predictions about the weather is just so funny to me. And the fact that so many people gather to watch it and cheer for it and make a big thing out of it is the best. So legend has it that if a groundhog sees its shadow, that means it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. But if a groundhog does not see its shadow, that means that there's going to be an early spring. So I did some research because there are lots of groundhogs out there that do this weather predicting for fun, including one here in our own city. Then there's one kind of for the state of North Carolina and some others. So I borrowed this wonderful map from Miss Hemrick so that I could channel my inner meteorologist or, marmotologist, if you will, because groundhogs are marmots. And fun fact, that is what someone who studies groundhogs are called, a marmotologist. So that's what I am right now. I looked up last night the results of 11 different groundhogs and what they found. So I have my notes, so bear with me. But I was thinking that I could map it out for you guys and we could see if there's a pattern because I thought that would be cool. So starting off in our home city of Charlotte, North Carolina, that groundhog's name is Queen Charlotte, and she did, in fact, see her shadow. So that means she predicted 6 more weeks of winter. Then in our state capital, there is a groundhog in Raleigh. His name is Sir Walter Wally. And Sir Walter Wally also saw his shadow. So he is also predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Now, I wanted to jump and talk about the most famous groundhog. He is the original Groundhog Day groundhog. His name is Punxsutawney Phil. And he lives in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, which is all the way up here. And he celebrated his 133rd Groundhog Day on Saturday, and he did not see his shadow. So Punxsutawney Phil predicted an early spring. So these are the main ones that I knew about before I did all of this groundhog research. And then I went and found some other pretty cool groundhogs. So the next one is Chattanooga Chuck. Chattanooga Chuck is from Tennessee. That is the state right here to the west of us. And Chattanooga Chuck also saw his shadow. So that's 3 groundhogs in a row down here, down south, who are thinking it's still going to be winter. Then there is French Creek Freddy. French Creek Freddy is from French Creek, West Virginia. French Creek Freddy did see his shadow. So that's another vote for more winter right there. Buckeye Chuck. I don't know if any of you guys know who the Buckeye State is, but that is Ohio. So Buckeye Chuck in Ohio did not see his shadow. He did not see his shadow, which means he predicted an early spring. Let's see, who else? Essex Ed. Essex Ed is from New Jersey, which is another northern state. Essex Ed in New Jersey did not see his shadow, so he also predicted an early spring. Jimmy the Groundhog, his name is Jimmy. Jimmy the Groundhog is from Wisconsin. Wisconsin is up here, and it's pretty cold up there. But Jimmy the Groundhog did not see his shadow, despite it being super duper cold up there. So he's predicting an early spring. And let's see, I have 2 more. Let's see, Dunkirk, actually I have 3 more. Oh my goodness, I cannot count this morning. Woodstock Willie is from Woodstock, Illinois. And Woodstock Willie did not see his shadow either. So there's another one in the vote for early spring. Dunkirk Dave is from Dunkirk, New York, which is a very northern state. And so Dunkirk Dave did not see his shadow. So that's an early spring. And last but not least is General Beauregard Lee. General Beauregard Lee is from Georgia, which is where Mr. Boyd, my husband, is from. And General Beauregard Lee did see his shadow. So he is predicting more winter weather. So it's looking like, if we look up here, that most of the northern states, most of the northern groundhogs are predicting an early spring, while the southern groundhogs, the ones in Tennessee, West Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia, are all predicting a longer winter. Now, my friend Jessie in Miss Abercrombie's class in 2nd grade made a really good point. We were talking about predictions and predicting the weather. So if you want to check out what my friends predicted whether or not our groundhogs are going to see their shadows, I put that graph outside the media center, so come check it out. It's pretty cool. It's actually even more than cool. It is creepily close to what happened with our groundhogs. But my friend Jesse was saying that he was thinking it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter because here in Concord in North Carolina, we usually get snow in February. And that hasn't happened yet. And so that's why he's thinking it's going to be more winter. And I think that's some pretty good logic because we haven't had a lot of winter weather yet. So I'm kind of agreeing with these groundhogs that winter is coming. Now, our friends guessed, our friends predicted about the same spread as the groundhogs did. In total, out of these 11 groundhogs, 6 of them did not see their shadow. So 6 groundhogs are predicting an early spring, while 5 of the other groundhogs are predicting winter. So what do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts about, were the groundhogs right or were they wrong? But all I know is we can't tell the future, so we'll just have to wait and see. Have a marvelous Monday, and come by and check out a groundhog book, or just come talk to me about these little furry rodents.